All right, BRV everyone. On this middle of July, and this ice cream weekend. Yeah, ice cream holidays over here. But cloud was out earlier. Now the sun's out. But we're gonna be talking about today. It's been 10 years. I just checked it out and before, and I'm like, wow, it's been 10 years since I signed up on YouTube. And I think 10 years ago, the PlayStation 3 was on this horizon here, and I was starting to do the videogamestinkers.com back at that point in time. I keep thinking to myself that I want to do videogamestinkers.com. I'm going to be playing, and I'm just going to be planning on doing the 101 video game. I think it's a 251 video game here, which is another Action 52. But a lot of it's been going on. I've been doing some upgrades, and it's been so busy like that here. But I'm still making videos. But yeah, and I'm in upgrades here. Again, I got a new. I go around walking a lot. Have this Bluetooth headphones, and recently bought a Bluetooth receiver. You just need to have a oh yeah, and I carry a couple of cables around, and a few of these battery packs. I have a couple of these, and a couple more bigger ones for the Switch. And so yeah, I'm out a lot of the time. Which didn't quite exist back 10 years ago. Yes, we had Bose noise canceling, but it was probably just a 1.5. This is a 3.5. A 2.5 is a little bit more compatible with a lot of stuff here. But this is Bluetooth, and this is the upgrade, so I don't have to worry about wires like bothering me when I go out and walking all the time here. So yeah, I think quite a bit has changed for the past 10 years. 10 years ago, the 7th generation was getting started. The PlayStation 3 was recently released. The Xbox 360 was out for about a year and a half when I started making the videos here. And there were quite a bit of stuff there's quite a bit that didn't exist at that time. So video games were actually better back in 2007 than it is today. Yeah, the 8th generation was really stinking at that point in time. So yeah, 10 years now. Wow, time just goes quickly here. And yeah, these Bob Branch videos are getting the old Bob Branch. I still remember a couple of years later. Did the old Bob Branch video that was back at the gazebo, back at way over there. Now my Bob Branch videos I make now is right out on the trails, where we go out here, we ride our horses out to the lake and then back to the ranch again. It's about an hour ride, sometime, and a few times before I even did a 2-hour ride, which goes back all the way out toward the hay field, and sometimes we go out to Wells Hole, which is near Nara Park. So it's a pretty good. So it's not the biggest park. I would give that to Douglas State Forest and Harold Parker State Forest. Yeah, these two of them are bigger areas than this thing here. But it's been 10 years since I've signed up on YouTube. Still my old account. This is the same account that I've started. And the reason why I probably had to took the videos down, well, for once they were stinking. I mean, they weren't that great. So I was probably just new experience at that point in time here. But so yeah, 10 years now. Now we're going to be going back to my explanation of why I call the Switch a handheld system here. The Switch is a handheld as opposed to the Switch is a handheld system, and it's going to be replacing, and it's going to be slowly taking over the 3DS, and for reasons here. The Switch, okay, we've been through this before. How about the Hyperkin? How about these, the old, the Superboy. One of it's called the Retron Portable, Retron 2 Portable. Yeah, that's actually that's actually a same concept as a handheld system, as the Switch. Do you know that you can actually plug it into a TV, and you can also use it as a controller? Yeah, that's basically what the Switch is. And so we have to give props to the people who made the consoles before. We have to give credit to actually towards those people who are making clone consoles of Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis. So yeah, I mean this goes way back before. And I call these handheld systems. They're portable handheld systems. But guess what? The Switch is the same thing. You take it on the go to gaming it on the go, and when you get home, if you want to play it on the TV, you just dock it in your system. The only thing difference is that the controllers are detachable, and it's like a glorified Wii. When you play games of ARMS or other games that have motion controls like that, you take the they're called Joy-Cons, which are just basically detaching from the handheld system itself. You put it on the table with a kickstand on it, and you can just use it as a Wii. Yeah, I mean, it's the cool stuff. But it's still a handheld system, and because look, Nintendo wasn't the first system to do it. Those Retrons and I forget what company that made the FC Twin Portable, the Retron, the FC and Retron. Yeah, these two companies, they made these two companies. You know, these portable Super Nintendo and the 8-bit Nintendo. Look, the FC Mobile. That could be considered a hybrid device, because the FC Mobile, you can connect it to the TV. So yeah, it's a TV, it's a home console, but you can also plug it as a handheld system as well. And yeah, they consider the FC Mobile a handheld system. Now the Superboy, the Super Nintendo, that you can plug it, that has an adapter, you can plug an 8-bit Nintendo into it. Yeah, it's basically a portable Super Nintendo. It's a Super NES handheld. That's basically what it is. That you can plug it into your TV as well. The only thing difference is that it's an HD. The only thing difference is that the Super Nintendo Portable, the Superboy Portable, the Retron 2, Retron Dual Portable, is that the Retron Dual Portable uses AV out. This device uses HDMI out. You can be able to plug. It's that you can dock into your system. This is basically what it is. I mean, it's just you dock it into your system you can charge it up and take it home. But in the end, it's a handheld unit, and you can still charge it on the go using a battery pack, which I bought a couple of times ago. These Anchor 30,000 milliamp hour battery packs that I'm taking on the go. Yeah, you can take it on the plane. It's just that the size retention, you can only take it up 2 points on the cabin on the go. So yeah, I mean, this is basically the Switch is basically, and I have to tell you, the Switch is basically glorified glorified Wii Portable. But the problem is it's just not backwards compatibility. Yeah, basically it's a handheld unit. I mean, it's kind of a Wii HD handheld unit. That's basically what it is. So yeah, this is my explanation of the Switch, of why I consider it a handheld rather than a hybrid. And this is what I have to say. Now I'm going to have to take the response to ReviewTechUSA, and it says, all right, adults should go back into gaming because the game's grown up. Yeah, I'm an adult, but I game less today, not because, I consider it kids. It's just a kitty thing here today. The most prime reason why I game less today are these greedy companies. This generation where games were buggy, EA were being A-worps, and all these greedy stuff, terrible like stuff that EA and the big company has left a bad taste, and this is why I'm like, look, as an adult, I ain't going to put up with overpriced, well, games that are completely overpriced. I mean, I just feel embarrassed to purchase that Mortal Kombat 10 game that what the DLC that was $80 that just felt like a cheap $20 fighting game. I think the Switch games are overpriced. I mean, a Nintendo Switch game should be $40 max. If not less, 25 or $30. I think a Nintendo Switch, full-fledged Nintendo Switch games should be 25 to $30. Because let's face it, it's a less powerful console. And yeah, yeah, there's a mosquito. Pardon if you hear that little mosquito buzzing here, because it's, yeah. But I think the games are overpriced today. A Nintendo Switch game should be $30 max. A PS4 and an Xbox Ones, look, they are 5-year-old consoles already. The PS4, the Xbox Ones are turning 4 to 5 years old. And that's equivalent to a Super Nintendo in 1995. So the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox Ones, they're heading into their twilight. They're heading into the sunset now. And I think games on the PS4 and the Xbox Ones should be $40. That's what, I mean, they're disc-based, and that's what I have to say. So, yeah, I mean, the reason why I'm gaming less today, well, I'm out all the time, but I still like to game. I still gaming on the go. I play the occasional Mario Kart 8 on the Switch. Yeah, I haven't played ARMS yet, but I still play my 3DS, even though that's really aging. And yeah, I heard that this discontinued the new Nintendo 3DS regular in Japan, and which is a shame. I mean, the North Americans, I think it's just going to come up in price. But the other hand, it's like, I don't know if it's even worth it buying a new Nintendo 3DS. I mean, the 3DS is on its way out. It's going to be replacing the Switch, because, I mean, the Switch is a true successor to the 3DS. Being that a Switch is a handheld unit, and the 3DS is an aging handheld unit. So people are saying that, oh, the 2DS and the 2DS and the 3DS XL is going to be just the true replacement of the new 3DS. But I think the Switch is going to replace the 3DS. This is what it is. I think Nintendo could release a new Nintendo should make a new dedicated home console that you can use your Switch to interact with the new console. So I can use the Switch as a second screen smart device that I can be able to interact with the new console. And plug the Switch into, and you can also plug the Switch in for faster transfer between Switch and the new console. So yeah, I believe that Nintendo should make an uber powerful console, maybe about a $400 price point console, that is considerably more powerful. That should be like a true 9th generation. I believe the Switch is a 9th generation system, and handhelds wise. I mean, this is what I completely feel like, because I mean, the Wii U came out in 2011. No. The Vita came out in the Vita and the Wii U came out in 2012. It's 2012. The 3DS came out in 2011. So this 3DS is 6 years old right now. So I think that Nintendo, within the next couple of years, they will release a new, powerful, dedicated home fixed console that will usher more power for the Switch. And that because, and I believe that Nintendo will shrink the Switch down to considerably more, because people don't give 2 cents about, but you can perhaps use the Switch as a tabletop, and perhaps do Switch Pro controllers together. But on the other hand, I think the Switch is just going to be a handheld unit, and Nintendo's going to be releasing a powerful system here. So yeah, I think that's it for the week. It's ice cream weekend this weekend. 10 years on YouTube. A response to ReviewTechUSA's adults should go back in. And some people were thinking that like this. And also, that my explanation is the Switch is a handheld unit today. So, yeah, we're in the middle of July. Fall's on heading away. If we can get rid of these wishes of life without mosquitoes, or mosquitoes that doesn't bother us. Yeah. So anyway, JD out. Have a nice rest of the summer.